You're listening to the Access Success Podcast, produced by Access U, a division of Access Advertising and Public Relations. Hey, let's do something big. I'm your host, Rachel Schneider. Welcome to the Access Success Podcast, where we highlight important topics focused on education in every form it takes. Today will be a short and sweet solo episode where we're going to discuss how a name is not a brand. You may have seen this on our blog over the past few months, and there's just something about name brands that have a power over trends typically, right? Gucci, Abercrombie, Nike. But is it really the name? Nike comes from the name of the Greek goddess of victory and a series of missiles, but in 2022, Nike is known as a running shoe because they've poured dollars into creating a brand that people know and love for decades. So why can't community colleges do the same thing? Recently, some colleges have dropped the word community from their institutional names, attempting to avoid negative stereotypes. However, that name means nothing without the power to market it. Changing a name without making any effort to change the stale and outdated ways of doing business will only confuse people or make the issue worse. Community colleges are a vital link in the chain of educating and growing a local workforce. Community really is at the essence of what they do, so why abandon that name? That could risk alienating key business partners that associate their local community college with talent development and employee needs in their area. An article published to Inside Higher Ed this summer describes how Cape Fear Community College students recently started posting to TikTok to eliminate the stigma behind schools like theirs. And this alone offers up a few lessons. As we've mentioned before, while there's certainly a stigma many community colleges are working to overcome, don't forget that your students, community college students, are proud of their experience. Not only that, but what students in Cape Fear are demonstrating is that there is a desire among students to interact with their college community online. No matter where they go to school, they want to share their experiences with the digital world. All that to say, it's a wake-up call to how much community colleges are significantly underutilizing the power of brand ambassadors to change minds. One of two things is happening. They're either not engaging the students they have in meaningful ways to warrant authentic testimonials, or they're relying on the wrong channels. Great stories are getting lost because marketers are sharing them with the wrong audience. There's still a perception that using traditional media like newspapers and local broadcast is critical, but what's also critical is reaching students where they are, and that requires a digital and mobile-first approach. It's a key strategic point for marketers. Tell your story loud and proud, and that's how the narrative begins to change. Community colleges must pay more attention to how they are marketing the outcomes of their programs, tracking how their alumni are using their degree, and sharing those success stories. Sharing how others can succeed is what will stick with prospective students. And that's what students care about, not the credential and not the name, but what they can do with it. Thanks for listening to the Access Success Podcast, produced by Access U, a division of Access Advertising and Public Relations. Find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram to keep up with what the world of education needs to hear, at Access U Agency, and connect with us at accessu.com. Let's do something big.